Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good, they're usually under the radar, not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do your research, try them for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have another update for you, and this is the House of Al Haramain. House of Al Haramain is a Middle Eastern perfume house from United Arab Emirates. They have a super extensive perfume lineups in their portfolio, from a very expensive to quite affordable and reasonable prices fragrances. And this one in particular is from their La Venture line, so it's called Al Haramain La Venture, which is started with the original La Venture, which was inspired by Creed Aventus, and this one is probably 6 or 7 flankers in this line. This one is called La Venture Al Haramain La Venture, and this one is Fraiche. Is actually extrait de Perfume and is 100 ml. In United Kingdom you can find it around £50, and in other parts of the world you have to do your research, Google it if it comes up, and how much it goes for. Should be the similar prices everywhere else, because just it came out a few weeks ago. It might not be readily available yet, but if you are be patient, probably in next few days, next few weeks, it become more and more available. So in terms of presentation, again, same presentation as the original La Venture, but this one is obviously green color, and the coloring is very appropriate, obviously, because it says fresh. It is very fresh and green. As always with House of Al Haramain, you get very good presentation for what you pay. So this is a very thick plastic. It opens and it sits in here, and attention to details is very nice. The bottle itself is quite heavy. The cap is very heavy. The only thing is because it's a reflective surface, is quite fingerprint magnet. Apart from that, everything else is very good, top notch. The spray is pressurized, is very good, and the smell beautiful. So before I tell you everything about it, there's one thing you have to remember, that the House of Al Haramain, they don't, not all of their fragrances are like copies or inspired. Some of them are, some of them aren't. In this case, there are some similarities between this fragrance and 2 fragrances which I'm going to mention in a minute, but on its own I don't think they gone for particular fragrance, okay? Unless you know something that I don't know, or somebody will correct me in the comments. Anyway, so in terms of performance, first and foremost, is excellent. On my skin went easily over 8 hours, on t-shirt easily over 10 hours, with one caveat, and that one caveat is I got used to it very quickly. So my nose got nose blind to it very quickly. Around 2 hours I couldn't even smell it anymore. I mean, I got a whiff of it from time to time, but it could be one of those fragrances that you go nose blind very quickly to it. The reason is because I wore it yesterday and today, and yesterday after obviously a few hours I couldn't smell it. The wifey came from work, came back home, and this is like 8-9 hours later, and she said, wow, that perfume you're wearing is so strong. So it was so strong, it was projecting so heavy. After 8-9 hours she could smell it very strongly, but I couldn't smell it myself. So that means your nose gets my nose at least got used to it very quickly. So you have to remember that in mind. But in terms of performance, excellent. As it says, extrait de Perfume is very thick and dense, and you last very long time. The next day I woke up, I still could smell it on my t-shirt. So material goes for days. So performance excellent, but with one caveat, and that caveat is you could be same as me. You could get nose blind to it. Okay. 2 is the projection. The projection is very heavy. heavy projection, and that is because not only because it's extrait de parfum, which is a thick dense perfume juice in here. Usually with extrait de parfum is anything around 25% to 30% of oil concentration, and the rest are carriers. But the carriers in here is no alcohol, or at least to my nose. And what they did, they put Isoe Super and Ambroxing in here to carry it, and that big Ambroxing and big Isoe Super maybe is the reason why I went blind nose to it, or you might go blind nose to it. Well, those two, because they are so big in here, they carry it for a very long time. So in terms of projection, I got like 1.5 arm or two arms projection for 3 to 4 hours. Again, I got whiff of it from time to time, but after a couple of hours I was blind nose to it. But when I smelled it, it still was on the skin very strongly. So I would say 3 to 4 hours, a big projection. And in terms of cloud and the bubble and the trail, same story. Very strong, very big, very room filler, house filler, the other side of the road filler. I put 10 sprays of it, and that's why when the wifey came home after 8-9 hours, she could smell it very strongly. So if you are going to put 10 sprays, be careful, because other people will smell it much stronger than you smell it yourself. In terms of who is it for, this is for people who like their fresh, green, floral, woody fragrance. So this is the gist of it, this is the short of it. And in terms of sex, I would say is bang in the middle, unisex. The woman and men can wear it, no problem. The only thing is it leans a little bit on the masculine side, because it reminds me of 2 fragrances from Creed which are on the masculine side of things. And those 2 fragrances are Silver Mantled Water by Creed and Green Irish Tweed by Creed. So I would say this is all, estimates, just for my nose, for my experience, for what I smelled from this fragrance. So for you, it could be a different combination or different story, okay? So this is what I picked up by my nose, by my skin, my environment, climate, and those things. So in terms of the smell profile, is like, in a way that it reminds me at least of 50% Silver Mountain Water by Creed, 30% Green Irish Tweed by Creed, and 20% their own DNA in here. So this is the combination I got, at least from what I studied it and I smelled it, okay? So this is what I got from this fragrance. So how does it, season definitely for warmer weather. This is super fresh, very happy, very fresh, very uplifting, very inviting, and very bright. It's much brighter than both Green Irish Tweed and Silver Mountain Water. But when you smell it, you got some elements of those fragrances in here, definitely, well, at least for me. So in terms of age, I would say 25 and up to be on the safe side, because although it is a very friendly DNA in here, it's very happy, very fresh, very bright, there are some elements in here it could be potentially putting some young noses off. For example, wifey liked it, but she wasn't crazy about it. She said there's got something in here that is like too much in her face, and I think she means the Isoe Super and Ambroxing, because her nose is sensitive to these 2, and she picks them up quite easily. So I say 25 years and over to be on the safe side. And in terms of occasion, this is one of those Swiss Army knife. You can dress it up, dress it down. It's formal, informal, special occasion, casual, daytime, night, anything you want. It's very versatile. So let me read you the ingredients and we'll take it from there. And by the way, they send me with this perfume, this card, so it's much easier to work it out, which is a quite nice gesture. As I said in my first video, for transparency, Haramain sent me this perfume to review, okay? But everything you hear in this video is my opinion. They didn't have any say in this video. This video is not sponsored, this video is not affiliated, it's just pure information for you guys and it's just put you in the right direction to go and do your research and see if it's good to you or not. Okay, on top we have lemon, bergamot and ginger. In the mid we have cardamom, tea, violet leaves, and in the base we have woody accords, musk and sandalwood. So everything in here I get almost distinctly. The only thing is I don't get that much of is violet leaf. Although it is super aromatic, this is very, very aromatic fragrance, and obviously it's coming from the violet leaf, but it doesn't have that typical violet leaf characteristics in here. Usually with violet leaf is a little bit on the, you know, leathery side of things, a little bit on the how shall we put it, it is aromatic, but it's a distinctly very, very distinctive smell to violet leaf. In here it's there to some extent, but you don't feel it that much. So it's mainly in the background, mainly is a supportive role, but you feel the aromaticness of it anyway. And a little bit on the medicinal side here, a little bit on the medicinal side, a little bit on the, I won't say petroleum, but a little bit as that violet leaf characteristic, but it's very, very minimalistic in here. When it opens up with huge citrus. So I smell lemon, I smell bergamot, I smell even grapefruit. So it's very, very big, and that big citruses are giving it that little bit of that Irish tweed feel, that lemon vibrana, you know. So it gives you that feel of green Irish tweed in here, and also the greenness of it overall. It's very, very green, so that's why it's quite close to green Irish tweed, about, as I said, about 30% or so. And the 50% of it is close to Silver Mountain Water by Creed, which is I will tell you in a minute. So the cardamom and the tea here, the cardamom obviously giving it that body of spiciness, but the spices are here is very fresh spice, not a deep spice, not a you know, rugged spice. It's not spices in your face or a warm spice. It's a very, very fresh spice, but nevertheless is a spicy fragrance. And the tea here is giving it that little bit of watery feel, little bit of green, watery, bamboo-ish feel to it. I smell something in the mid, something like a carnation as well, little bit of carnation in here, definitely I smell that. And also I smell white florals, most likely to be the lily of the valley in here. So I smell a little bit of characteristic of lily of the valley. So a little bit in the mid is dominated by not only aromatics, not only a little bit of watery feel, but florals and mainly carnation and some white florals in here. Woody accords, yes, is very clean in the base. Is woods are mostly cedar and sandalwood combination here to carry everything together and round everything up. Overall, this one is quite smooth for what it is. For a fresh fragrance, for a green fragrance, it's very, very smooth and rounded, and it's beautiful. It doesn't have harshness, it doesn't have chemical, it doesn't have synthetic feel to it. It smells quite natural, which is crazy for this price point. Obviously, for this price point, you expect some synthetic elements like Isui Super and Ambroxan, but those two mainly are a supportive role. Unless your nose are sensitive to those two, you won't pick it that much. Musk, yes, from the beginning to the end, you always feel a little bit of muskiness, but musk in here is very clean again. You're giving it that little bit of added freshness overall. So overall, this fragrance is very green, it's very fresh, it's very happy, it's very bright. It's a little bit of, definitely big citrus, at least for first hour. The citruses are huge, and also it's a little bit on the fruity side. The fruits are mainly it feels like green apple, but I'm not sure if it's green apple according here, but it feels like green apple. So it is quite on the fruity side as well, at least for the first half, an hour or two again. But overall, this is what I get. I get big citrus in the beginning, a little bit of fruitiness, and a little bit of spiciness, and the spiciness are very, very fresh, and also very aromatic, very big on the florals, the white florals, carnation, and the base is very woody, which is mainly cedar and sandalwood, and musky, and overall the Ambroxan and the Isui Super are quite big in the base to carry it very, very long time, and it's very, very strong performer because of those two. So overall, I highly recommend it. I absolutely enjoyed it to the max. but I would say this is not a safe blind buy unless you like what I mentioned in the video, which is, you know, that's a different story. But if you don't know, if you're not sure, probably you're better off either smelling it yourself before buying it, or you could go and watch other reviewers and see what they say and read about it, like Fragrantica and things like that. So I would say it's very friendly DNA in here, very green, very fresh, very happy, very summery, very. This is one of the most beautiful thing I had in my collection, because I love this genre, the green genre I love, and also I like green Irish tweed, and I like Silver Mountain Water. So for me, it's quite obvious that this is up my alley, you know. I love it, you know. But for you, as always, please do your research, see if it's good to you, because we all have different tastes, different upbringing, different lifestyle, different background, different skin, different environment, different climate, and so on and so forth. So for you, you have to do your research and see if it's good to you. But for me, this is a absolutely yes, yes, yes. Especially for that beginning, I'll give it 10 out of 10. Later on, for the dry down, I'll give it 9 out of 10, because I loved it and I enjoyed it. But I think that ISO Super and Unboxing are a little bit on the heavy side of things in the dry down. So yes, 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 I highly recommend it, but as always, there are caveats, so you have to pay attention to those caveats. What else? That's it, really. If you have it, if you know, if you tried it, let us know your experience. That would be useful for others to read. If you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable, or entertaining, don't forget to hit those buttons. This way, help me, encourage me, motivate me to bring you fragrances like this in future that nobody else is talking about. They're amazing value for money, they smell great, and they are hidden gems. And this one is a beautiful hidden gem. If you want to purchase one of my own perfumes, I'm a perfumer, I'm the artist, I'm the worker, so they're true handmade perfumes just for you lucky people in the United Kingdom. They are out of this world, they are super artistic, ultra beast mode, 100% natural, highest quality ingredients for the price you pay, and they are very mysterious, unique, artistic. They are like time capsules, they take you different places, different times, and I leave them in the link. As always, thank you very much, and I'll see you later. Bye, bye, bye.